Hey, what's up, everybody? I just saw the new Ant-Man teaser trailer, and it was pretty good, I would say. Here's the thing. It looked like the bare minimum level of quality acceptable for a Marvel movie at this point. That's not to say it's not going to be good. I'm just saying it looks like it's just barely cutting it for a Marvel movie right now. Now, okay, let's go through this frame by frame. Now, I took a few screen captures from the trailer. There's a link to all of these pictures down below. It's an album, and you can look at all these pictures but I'm going to put them up on the video too. But if you want to look at them, you can do that in the description. Anyway, so one of the pictures that I grabbed was Hank Pym looking at this big screen, all these screens, and it looks like one of them has Paul Rudd, Scott Lang in there. So now from the trailer, from the narration, it looks like Hank Pym is actively seeking somebody to take up the Ant-Man persona, and for some reason he thinks that Scott Lang is the person to do that. Now originally Scott Lang steals the suit from Hank Pym, and then that's how they originally get connected, but it looks like Hank Pym is actively seeking somebody out to do this. So it's interesting how they're changing things up. It looks like they're changing things up quite a bit. Now the other screen grab I got was okay, you got Scott Lang with his daughter Paul Rudd. She looks pretty young. There's a pretty cool picture of the Ant-Man suit with nobody in it, and it looks pretty cool. So it's mostly leather, and I think the suit looks pretty sweet. There were the very first teaser that we got, some people were saying it looked kind of like the Iron Man suit, and the movie was looking kind of like Iron Man. But this looks pretty different. It looks pretty, looks like they've got a clear direction for the story here. We see the classic Wasp hair, even though we know that that's Hope Van Dyne, not Janet, which is apparently Hank Pym's daughter or something is going to be the Wasp, I guess. Then we see Paul Rudd in what looks like a bathroom of some kind in the suit, fully suited up, and it looks pretty cool. He's got a belt. He's got something on his wrists that could be some kind of a weapon. I gotta say, his mask though looks a lot like Star-Lord's mask. I don't know what the deal is with that, but it looks pretty similar. It's got the similar kind of mouth thing on it, and it's got red eyes and stuff. So, but it looks pretty cool. I think the suit came together really nicely. There's this picture. There's this shot of it looks like him giving a thumbs up, but it looks like he just pressed the shrink button. Now these trailers, all the Marvel trailers pretty much, except for Guardians of the Galaxy, always throw you off by making the movie look super serious, like this trailer does. But then they end up being not as serious as they make it appear. They did it, Iron Man 3 wasn't all that serious after all. The Avengers didn't have as dark of a tone as... Go back and watch some of the Avengers trailers. There's this Nick Fury narration, and it sounds like it's going to be a really dark movie, but turns out it's not. Same here. You've got some humor. You got Paul Rudd. You can already see it. That relationship looks like it's going to be a pretty funny relationship. Again, you see Scott Lang checking out his daughter in the suit. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if if his wife is going to be in the picture, like Scott Lang's wife. I have never read about her in any comics or anything like that, but he's visiting her with the suit. We see Paul Rudd looking pretty ripped in what looks like their training facility. It looks like him and Janet are training. That's another thing, our Hope Van Dyne, not Janet Van Dyne, but the Wasp. There's a shot of them training together, and then there's the infamous hair flip that she does. That's so fast you can't even tell who that is. But I'm pretty sure that's Evangeline Lilly. I'm pretty sure. And then there's this other shot of it looks like the house from Iron Man 3 where the terrorists were held up, but it's definitely not. There is an emblem, and I have no idea what it is, but it's two guns crossing each other, and then something in the middle with a moon on top. I don't know. I don't know what that's from. If that's from some sort of villainous organization that Ant-Man is involved with or something like that. I have no idea. We see the Wasp with a gun, which is interesting. I guess maybe she's not going to be the Wasp just quite yet. And then the funniest thing that I saw about this trailer was that at the very end, like the crescendo, the climax of the trailer is like Ant-Man shrinking down and then hopping onto an ant, and then the ant like flies into the camera. And like that's like the big crescendo of the trailer. So I have yet to be convinced that they're going to make the Ant-Man, like the Ant-Man's powers look exciting. Because, I mean, unless he's fighting little tiny people, I mean, the only thing that you can really use that for is some kind of like stealth operation or something like that. So I don't know if this movie. Well, and he is a thief. Scott Lang is a thief. So in the comics, so I'm guessing he's probably gonna have to steal something in this movie. I'm thinking, but I mean, you can't really have an action scene with him that size. So I mean, there's only like one shot I think of him like with him in the suit, like flipping over a guy, like flipping him over a staircase or something like that. Dropping him off a building or something, and that's really the only thing. So I've yet to be convinced that they are going to be able to make this like his power seem exciting, unless he has some other powers that like we don't know that they're just going to add. It looks like he's not going to be getting big, just small. So yeah. So overall, this teaser it's got me more interested in it, but I don't know if it's got me more excited. I mean, I was already pretty excited to see this movie. I was pretty disappointed when they let Edgar Wright go, but at this point, I think that the directors that Marvel are getting, it's not as relevant as I feel like the studio itself is just at a point where they know what's good and what's not, and the directors that they're getting are just to make sure that what they want happens, and not in a bad way. I mean, the movies are great for it, so I'm just saying that like. I don't think they necessarily want the most visionary directors like taking the helm of their movies. I think they just want adequate and competent directors to do what they want because they know what's good. And hey, God bless them for it. They do know what's good. Captain America 2 was awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy was the funnest movie of 2014. So yeah, but overall, it was good. It was a good trailer. It's got me interested. If you, obviously, I'm sure you've seen the trailer by now. Tell me what you think in the comments. Did I miss anything from the trailer? Conspiracy theories or just random trolling? Put it all in the comments section below, and I will see you next time.